Get out of the way, old man. The words cut through the air like a slap. A group of strangers laughed as an elderly man stumbled near the crowded bus station. His hat falling into a puddle. No one reached for it. No one cared. It was rush hour. Hundreds of people. Hundreds of cold faces. And yet not a single hand reached out. He looked lost. His eyes darted left to right, confusion clouding his tired gaze. His trembling fingers clutched a small piece of paper, wrinkled, wet, and half unreadable. He tried asking for help, but people passed him like wind. Some stared. Some whispered. But none stopped to them. He was invisible. Just another old man who didn't belong in their world of noise and hurry until a voice spoke. A soft, steady voice that broke through the silence. "Sir, are you okay?" Everyone ignored it, but one young man didn't. A teenage boy, wearing a faded hoodie and torn jeans, stepped out from the crowd. His name was Malik, 17, tired from working long shifts at a local grocery store. Yet his eyes still carried warmth where others only had judgment. The old man turned to him slowly, confusion flickering into fear. I can't find my way home," he said in a trembling tone. I don't remember where I am." Malik noticed his hand shaking, his breath unsteady. He gently placed his hand on the old man's shoulder. "Don't worry," he said softly. "We'll figure it out together." People around watched, some rolling their eyes. A few whispered under their breath, "Why is he wasting time?" Probably just some crazy homeless guy, but Malik didn't listen. He saw something different. Not a burden, not a stranger, but someone's father, someone's grandfather, someone who needed kindness. He sat the man down on a bench, offered his water bottle, and asked, "What's your name, sir?" The old man looked down at the paper in his hand. Faded ink spelled out 2 words. Richard Harlan. Malik searched the name on his phone. Within seconds, a result appeared. Richard Harlan, CEO of Harlan Estates. But that couldn't be him, right? This man looked too frail, too lost, too human to be a billionaire. Still, Malik called the emergency contact number written on the paper. A woman answered instantly, her voice trembling. "Who is this?" "Please tell me you see my father." Within 20 minutes, a black limousine pulled up. The car door opened, and a woman in her 50s rushed out, tears streaming down her face. "Dad!" she cried, running toward him. The old man's face softened. He recognized her instantly. "Anna," he whispered. Malik stood quietly, watching as father and daughter embraced. For the first time that day, someone was crying not from cruelty, but from relief. Anna turned to Malik, voice breaking. "You found him." Thank you so much." He smiled awkwardly. Anyone would have done the same, but deep down, he knew that wasn't true. No one else had. As the car door closed and Malik turned to leave, a voice stopped him. It was Richard, his tone weak but certain. "Young man," he said, "when the world turned its back on me." "You didn't. That's something money can't buy." Malik nodded respectfully and walked away, never expecting to hear from him again. But a week later, he received a letter, a thick white envelope sealed with gold. Inside was a handwritten note. "Malik, true wealth isn't measured by money, but by moments of humanity. You reminded me of that when I had forgotten. Enclosed is a scholarship to any university you choose. Use it well, not for success, but for goodness. Richard Harlan." And attached, a scholarship worth more than Malik could have ever dreamed. Months later, Malik's story spread, not because of fame, not because of money, but because the billionaire himself shared it on national TV. When asked why he started a new foundation in Malik's name, Richard simply said, "When everyone walked past me, one young man didn't. I was lost, not just in place, but in faith. And a boy who had nothing reminded me that kindness is everything. That single act of compassion sparked something bigger, a movement across the city. Strangers began helping strangers. Schools started kindness campaigns. And every year on the same day, Malik and Richard would meet for lunch. not as a billionaire and a teen, but as two souls connected by one small, extraordinary moment, because sometimes the greatest fortune you'll ever give is your time, and sometimes the richest person in the room is the one who stopped the care dot in a world where everyone's too busy to look up. One teenager reminded us that empathy isn't weakness, it's power, because someday, when we are the ones who feel lost, all we'll truly need is a hand that doesn't let go. If this story touched your heart, tell us where you're watching from and share what real wealth means to you. And remember, kindness costs nothing, but it changes everything.